Somewhere along the line, religion became personalized. People stopped being religious because they cared if it was true or not, and became religious because it was their family custom. As a result, when you attack their religion, they can't take it as a point of idea being criticized. They take it personally. I've tried repeatedly to tell people that the sentence, "there is no God," is not a personal attack against you. It has nothing to do with you. And if you feel there is a God, you should be able to defend that using logic and not letting your emotion get in there. Interestingly, people just take to this identity thing so strongly. A good example is a friend of mine who is Catholic. She will always identify as Catholic. Yet she's criticized not only the current pope, which a lot of people have, but the whole idea of popes in general. She one time said, "I don't understand why the pope is part of the religion. I don't understand why the church has so much power." And I said, well, if you're a Christian who disagrees with the idea of the pope, then you are the very definition of a Protestant. And she said, no, I'm Catholic. She will always be Catholic. The idea of not being Catholic is inconceivable to her. It's her identity. I find that sad. I also find, interestingly enough, that the more detailed a ritual is, the more personalized it is. For instance, where I live, there are a lot of churches and a lot of minority groups. So every time they see a church, they tend to genuflect like that. And I haven't, talked to them about it. I'm sure they would probably say that it's a very personal thing. It's something they were taught to do when they were kids. And, it makes them feel good, closer to God. And I think it's sad because they've allowed this body, the church, to dominate them. They've allowed themselves to always feel that they must submit to this body that has a lot of political power. That's why I criticize the practice. So the bottom line is, you can't offend a religion because you can't offend ideas. And that's what people don't seem to gather, that religion shouldn't be a personal thing. If they're going to just make it a personal thing, then they've pretty much sacrificed trying to figure out if it's true or not. And a lot of them openly say that. They'll say that they're religious because of how it makes them feel, and they're going on faith. At which point, okay, I can respect your position, but I also feel you've lost this discussion. What you should always do is ask someone, do you care if your beliefs actually reflect reality? Now, most people are going to say yes. If they say no, they realize they sound stupid. So they say yes, and then you can go, well, when you say that you believe this on faith, you're pretty much admitting that you don't care. When you do this because it's a personal thing, it's an emotional thing, then that suggests it's not reflective of reality. Furthermore, go to any country, any people of other religions. You honestly don't think Muslims feel the same personal sense of satisfaction from their religion that you feel? So, bottom line, tell them to their face, you may think you're offended, but you're not, because you cannot offend a religion, and you cannot offend people who have chosen to take that political stance.